strange psychokinetic strategy is not only the very first live-action Lupin the Third movie, but it is in fact the very, very first Lupin the Third movie in general, even predating The Mystery of Mamo. Hell, this even predates the anime that was still in the production processes when this movie came out. The overall story of this movie is a little bit difficult to pin down. This movie claims to be the definitive origin story for most of the characters that we'll see. The movie plays out more like a Three Stooges skit than it does an actual plot or overall theme. In fact, this movie is hands down the most goofiest, slapstick, laugh your ass off comedy Lupin movie to date. Or predate in this case. The movie starts out with Lupin stealing a car and then coming across Fujiko, who's in a police van, and then promptly Lupin imagines himself making out with Fujiko, and then a little while later he subsequently busts her out of jail. The Lupin Empire is mentioned for the first time in this movie, and Jigen apparently used to work for Lupin's old man way back in the day. Jigen's character overall is very different from how he's portrayed in both the comics and in the anime series. Jigen is more like a faithful follower, but also shaking his head at all the antics that Lupin can get into, so I guess not too different, actually, from his anime persona. Also, Jigen doesn't just use a magnum in this movie, he uses all the guns. Zenigata is also in this movie, and oh man, this Zenigata is very extreme.
Lupinが出頭しました。ルパンだ。ルパンのやつに何の？おっす。
Oh man. Sadly again, no Goemon in this film. Remember, this came out even before the anime series was a thing, and Goemon in the manga didn't really show up until much further down the line. And because of this, the movie has a lot of clever little nods to the original manga. For example, did you know that because of the censoring of the time, Monkey Punch was unable to show the act of sex in his relatively mature manga? So what he would do is that he would represent the male genitalia as the male symbol, and the female genitalia as the female symbol. So for the movie... This makes the Legend of the Gold of Babylon look like Citizen Kane. The Lupin in this movie is the very definition of carefree. He just doesn't give a damn about anything, really. People trying to kill him? He doesn't care. He turns himself into Zenigata? He doesn't care. Wanting to steal a jewel? He doesn't care, but hey, he cares that he gets laid. Our villain organization of this film is... well, it has two names. The first name comes from the Japanese pronunciation, which they call Black Streets. But according to the subtitles on the back of the box, the organization is known as the Macaroni Organization. That's just zany. We do get to see a very charming and quite hilarious piece on seeing Lupin's backstory, in that even being raised in a Catholic church, he was still a little deviant. But there is one question that has still perplexed me. What the hell was the psychokinetic strategy? There is mention of psychokinetic energy throughout the film, and it could explain the reason why Lupin is able to jump around all over the place like a kangaroo, but they just mention it and they don't really explain it. Like, I could just say I have this amazing headband power. What does it do? I don't feel like telling you. That's what it feels like. But overall, this movie is a riot. A fun addition if you can accept all of its wacky antics. It is available out on DVD, so what's stopping ya? Go out and check out this film.